Hi, boys and girls. This is the second video for lesson 8. So if you haven't watched the first video yet, I would ask that you do that before watching the second video. So the last thing that I need to talk to you about with regard to triangles is some of the components that make up the triangles. Now, you learned about these things already. And these things here, because they have a definite endpoint, actually two definite endpoints, these are line segments. And where two line segments intersect, that's called the vertex. So a triangle has 3 of them. And vertex is singular, but when we talk about them in plural, we call them vertices. So a triangle has 3 vertices. This one has vertex A, vertex B, and vertex C. And again, the vertex is made up of 2 intersecting line segments. So vertex A is made up of the intersection of line segment AB and line segment AC. Vertex B would be made up of the intersection of line segment AB and line segment BC. So let's take a look at an example. The example says that we need to classify, let's get rid of that. The example says that we need to classify the triangle as right, acute, or obtuse, and we have to identify the vertices and the line segments. Okay, well, let's take a look at this triangle. Okay, and again, we're going to look for the largest angle, which would be this angle right here. And the largest angle is an obtuse angle, so this would be an obtuse triangle. There are blank vertices. List them below. Well, there's 1, 2, 3 vertices, and they would be labeled as L, M, and P. And then it says there are blank line segments. List them below. So remember, a triangle also has 3 line segments to go along with its 3 vertices. And it would be line segment LM, line segment MP, and I'm going to call this line segment LP because I like to go in alphabetical order. And remember how we write line segments and the symbols that we use. So I'm going to show you that. Okay. And again, you can see that your book has called this line segment PL, and that's okay because what they were doing was they were going around the triangle, but I kind of like to do my line segments in alphabetical order, and it really doesn't matter. So let's take a look at the guided practice problem. And the guided practice problem is telling us to classify the triangle as acute, right, or obtuse, and determine how many sides are perpendicular. So when we look at this triangle, again, we're going to notice that the largest angle is obtuse. The other 2 angles are acute. Remember, don't be fooled. Don't think it's an acute triangle because an acute triangle needs all 3 angles to be acute. So when we look at the largest angle, it's here and it's obtuse. Therefore, this would be an obtuse triangle. And none of the sides are perpendicular because we only have perpendicular sides when we have a right triangle. And there you have it. And this is the end of the second video for lesson 8. Take care, boys and girls. Bye-bye.